Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Catherine Dino, and today we're continuing Arcade Spirits. We are on level 6, I believe? Last episode was the beach episode. We went to a beach with the entire cast and crew. I mean like all our co-workers and the VIP gamers. Went pretty good. And we ended up going on a date with Naomi, which was a little weird, but very Naomi-ish. Yeah. So let's see what's going on in this new episode. I'm a little curious. I don't know where we're going to go from here, since we've already had a big event and our first date. I think last episode said something about tragedy or like bad things coming up, so I'm really nervous about that. Level 6, hit the lever. It is the future year 20XX, and my dream has come true. Okay, let's be honest. If you asked me 2 months ago if my dream involved being the event coordinator at a video arcade, I have just started at, I would have just stared at you kind of funny. Even now, it sounds ridiculous. But it's true. I'm here, I'm successful, I'm happy. And this is my dream. Ever since Extravaganza, business has been booming. The Funplex is packed with players day in, day out. Kids, teens, the college crowd, the nostalgic ones looking for old games they remember. I've run 3 events so far. We started rotating our games out of storage and into play to keep things fresh. The high scoreboards are constantly shifting. In fact, things are going so well, Gavin's hinted that maybe we should start looking into a second location. But this will always be home. Seeing the smiles on coworkers and gamers alike, watching my friends laugh and play in good spirits, that's working for me, and it's bringing me joy in turn. I won't argue why. In fact, I barely understand why. But I'm happy, and that's better than I've been in years of going with the flow. Going with the flow never brought me this much enjoyment. I'd say by this point, I've soundly broken the family curse. Maybe everything doesn't have to fall apart from under me. Maybe I can just be happy. Maybe this is where I'm meant to be. Sign here, please. Uh-huh. A bicycle messenger nudges a slim envelope my way again, trying to catch my attention. I've snapped out of my happy little trance immediately. Oh, right. No problem. After jotting down my signature, he drops off the envelope and heads right out the door. No time for movie or a round of pinball, it seems. Deliveries to make. Curious, I open it up. Louis Rex, you are cordially invited. Dine and discuss business matters at Deco's Palace with CEO Deco Nami. Oh no, the enemy. Meeting time will be 7 in the evening, sharp. You may bring a guest of your choosing. Free Royal Value swipe card available for enjoyment of games prior to meeting. What? I read through it a few more times, trying to parse all the curly cues and swirls and swooshes, although that doesn't clear my confusion from the whole matter. Soon, Francine looks up from her knitting. She shares about the letter as well, although she seems to already have an idea of what it says. I suppose it's about that time, isn't it? Huh?
Oh dear.
Time for that fellow to make another attempt at wooing me. Double, huh? Rather, at wooing my beloved Funplex. I forgot to do her voice. Hold on. 18. Let me guess. Deco Nami of Nami's Deco Place sent you a fancy invitation with all sorts of fancy writing. That's accurate, yes. It's not the first time. He invited my dear Frederick and I over in 1980 to talk about selling the Funplex, and we turned him down flat. Back in the 1990s, when game home consoles were poised to take back the arcade crowd, he suggested we sell. We turned him down. Now it's 2020 and he's at it again. or 20,000. A gentleman would know when to quit, but he's got tenacity, and we can't fault him for that. Why would a big-time arcade operator like Dekonami care so much about us? We're small-time. No offense. Come now, if anyone should be offended, it's you, calling yourself small-time. Louie dear, you've put in so much work to make my little arcade soar. I bet that's why he's knocking on our door again. We're thriving, and let's lure him back in. Like Gruyere cheese in a mousetrap. So wait, are we the cheese or the trap?
My, oh my.
That depends on how clever you are, my dear. Right, some cheese. Although I've heard to be a nice mozzarella. Cheese set aside. You want me to ignore the invite then? Whew, heavens no. Contrary to what people say about this fellow, he's very much a man of his word. I just accept his invitation. Always hear him out. It's only fair and proper. I thought he was like the arcade scene's greatest evildoer.
Let's be sensible.
That's a bit grandiose, no? Certainly plenty of rumors of his questionable methods abound, but that's all they are. Rumors. Politeness should be met with politeness. That's how you conduct proper business, and that's what the Funplex is all about. Fritzy moves to rise from her seat near the ticket desk, but pauses, leaning heavily on the glass countertop while looking strained. I move to help, but she waves me away and sits back down. Oh, don't worry about little old me. I just sit up too quickly. That's all. Just out of breath. But, Louie, I think it'd be best if you go in my stead. Me? Let's be serious now. These old bones are as spry as they once were. And I think you'd have a good time there. Well, an interesting time at any rate. Yeah, I was thinking about Gavin. I mean, we are the main character of the story. Do you think Gavin would sell it because the money would be good? I hope not. Let's go with this one. You can count on me. I'll represent the Funplex. Say no more. I'd be happy to represent the Funplex with dignity. Good. But remember, offer only as much respect as you are given. If you should be uncouth, you have my permission to be uncouth as well. There are many exploiters and users in this industry, and undoubtedly Dekonami rings in their numbers. So smile if he smiles, but use caution. So go there and turn him down. Got it. The slowness of her response is a bit concerning. I trust you to make the right decision for everyone. Which is to not sell the Funplex, right?
I don't feel that's my call to make any more, dear.
Oh no, then Gavin should definitely go in my stead.
Maybe you haven't noticed, but I spend most of my time at home these days. Or napping. Or napping at home. Funplex isn't really about me. Not anymore. It's so much more than Francine's Arcade Funplex now. It's about you. It's about your co-workers. It's about all our regulars. You've made me realize that. And I'm thankful. You're the one that started this place, Francine. You had a dream of a place where people can have fun, relax, make friends. I feel like even entertaining the idea of selling it is, well, it feels wrong. Disrespectful to you and your dream. Oh, you're a peach there. But times are always changing. I'm an old fuddy-duddy, stuck in her ways. Maybe the time has come to change how the Funplex does things. We're almost back to the heyday of 1980, thanks to changes you've made. So I won't say you can't decide to sell. If it's a
change you think they need, do it. Please, keep an open mind. Francine sighs deeply, looking more tired than usual. It's only afternoon, and I'm already worn out. Haven't even done anything but sit here and knit all day. Knitting takes a lot of concentration. That's not nothing. If you're feeling pooped, you can take a few days off, go home, get some rest. All the same, I'd rather come in for work tomorrow, even if there is little work for me to do. I love being here. This is my true home. And yet you want me to keep an open mind about this deal?
Like I've told you, life can be a difficult series of trade-offs. What I want and what should be are often different things. I'm relying on you to do right by everyone I love. If selling is in their best interest to keep this dream going, so be it. No matter what you decide. I'm proud of you. I knew there was something special about you when I hired you to replace my grandson. You are the brightest spirit at the Funplex. And while we may not be blood, I'm happy to consider you part of my family.
I never knew my grandmothers, either of them. They died when I was really young. I feel like you fill that role. You've become the grandmother I never had, Miss Francine. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome home, Louie. You'll always be welcome here. With another deep sigh, Francine eases herself out of a chair. No, I think I'll take your suggestion and head on home. Well, for today, anyway. I'll be here bright and early in the morning to hear how things went with Mr. Nami. I know you'll make the right decision. Good night, Louie. Be well. Make the right decision. Okay. Still not keen to sell my dream. I don't want to sell the Funplex. We're making such good strides. And if Gavin's looking at opening a second location, that means we must be doing well, right? So like, why sell now? I just can't see it. If we sell out, well, I've tried so hard. I've gone so far. And in the end, it doesn't even matter? That's what old Louie would have said. That everything's going to collapse in and on itself, so why get emotionally invested? The new Louie grabs on to what they want with both hands and does not let go. If Francine wants me to hear him out, okay, but I seriously doubt this will change my mind. Now, who do I want to take as my +1? Beep beep. Beep beep, Louie. You want to come as my date? I'm your girl Friday. I'm afraid you're not my type. My type being USB compatible, of course. I sense you're in a state of deep ponderance and wanted to help. You're thinking of who to take to the meeting? Yeah, I mean, Naomi's the obvious choice. I'm sure she'd have some opinions on Deko's palace. True, as part of the Funplex family, Naomi would be a good pick. But this is a business meeting. You may want to consider widening your options. Naomi will support your decision either way. It's clear she trusts you. True. Okay then. My brain says Gavin. Gavin's the business one. He knows what the money looks like. He knows how to run the thing. He's gonna be the one to take over once Francine's gone, I believe. Like, I don't think it's gonna be us. It's gonna be Gavin. Gavin's been here the longest. Yeah, we're gonna bring Gavin with us. It doesn't make sense to bring the others. I fired off a quick text to Gavin to summon him from the murky depths of his tiny back office. He's still scanning over his spreadsheets even as he approaches.
Excellent.
Good news, Louie. This is our best week ever.
I wouldn't advise getting too comfortable, as some of the vacation's almost over, and now cut into the youth demographic, but... That's great, Gavin, but Francine's got a different job for us today. We're going to Deco's Palace to meet and discuss a possible business venture, possibly a takeover. I see. I'd heard he's made overtures in the past. Ironically enough, this may be the ideal time to approach him, when we're at our strongest. If we're to even entertain the notion, I'd rather be in a position of power before entering negotiations. But if all he wants is a buyout, well, I'd object on multiple grounds to such a short-sighted idea. I will close up my files and join you shortly. Don't make a big deal out of this. Don't make a big deal out of this. Don't make a big deal out of this. We go there, we stick our head off the places, try to shove it, go home. And everything's back to the way it should be. It's going to be fine. Everything is fine. Geffen offers to drive us across town to Deco's Palace. Contrary to the talk before, we don't exchange many words. I'm deep in thought, running through all the possibilities of what could happen, and I can't shake this feeling. Something is off. Even looking at the glowing neon temple in the distance, my stomach knocks, and I feel uneasy. When we finally pull up, a valet takes the car, and a quickly blinking lights blind our eyes. Hesitantly, I look over to Gavin, but smile reassures me enough to continue forward. This is for me, my friends, and the Funplex. I got this. I pause momentarily, inhaling the cool air around me, and then open the door. Deco's Palace. I've actually been here before. I think my 6th birthday party was here. I barely remember it, but I think I had fun. Maybe? But on entering it as an adult, my first reaction is... boy, is that a weird smell. A mix of chicken grease and beer and sweaty kids. My second reaction is, jeez, is it noisy. Visually noisy and sound type noisy. All the chaos of a Vegas casino, a jumble of lights and bells and whiz-bangs. Once we acclimate to the new environment, we're escorted in and given VIP Royal Value swipe cards. No tokens, no quarters, just a card of intermittent points to spend. We've got a little over an hour to kill before the meeting. Time to see what's at the palace. Oddly, Gavin's first reaction is to crunch some numbers. Based on the conversion ratio, swipe card points to real-world dollars. Interesting. Variable game pricing. Variable bonus points the more money you spend. Differing EV from game to game. Likely adjusted on popularity and payout. I can see why Deco's Palace is a profit fountain. They obfuscate how much you're actually spending here to keep you from realizing how expensive it all is. Don't like it, not one bit. A token is a token, a quarter is a quarter. Using points to trick people into overspending is blatant profiteering. And it's not like kids are busting out calculators trying to make sure they aren't wasting all their money on a crappy game.
I think not.
I didn't say it was ethical. I mean that it's effective. I want to switch the side cards to the Funplex myself. I know I'd simplify them drastically. As you say, a play should be a play, ideally. Other balancing factors can be applied behind the scenes. I'd definitely like to study this a bit closer. There's a Fist of Discomfort tournament tonight. I'll be over there. I'll join back up with you later. Okay, some time to kill, but not that much time to kill. I'll need to be choosy. What do I want to check out while waiting for my dinner date with Destiny? Let's see what sort of games they have. I decided to focus on trying to find games, like actual games. Except the whole place is basically full of slot machines. They're in different shapes, sizes, and colors. None have a traditional one-armed bandit look to avoid running afoul of legal issues, but they're still slot machines. Every game here has maybe a single button, to stop a wheel or a colored light or trying to line up the dots or something. The really complex ones, 3 buttons.
Hey, listen!
Hey, listen!
hold me up above your head. Huh? Visual scan, silly. I'll look for games you might be familiar with. With a shrug, I hoist my phone high in the air. The flash goes off. Then I resume looking at Iris sitting in my screen.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
Processing. Please wait. Oh, actually, let's skip the music. They didn't take long. Good high bandwidth public Wi-Fi in here to my cloud processors. I'm seeing lots of driving and shooting games, easy for casual players to pick up and play. Over in the esports section, there's a dancing game and Fist of Discomfort. We've got all those things too, but I'm not seeing any joysticks. Is a game defined by having particular input devices? Well, no, not really. I know most modern games are touchscreen based and so on, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like an arcade without a stick or two. Oh, I found something. Back at the section over there with the green lighting. Head that way, that way. I weave my way through the crowd, past endless color cycler ticket games, past crane games, past light stackers, past games based on popular game shows, and find Mr. Movie's Magic Maze. I'm going to have to tell Percy about this when I get back. He'll be happy to know there's more than one movie in the neighborhood. Except... Wait, it's only got one button? No joystick at all? Researching. One moment. Curious, I swipe my card through the slot and push the button. And Whoopi runs the maze by himself, or tries to anyway, before running headfirst into a monster and dying. The machine spits out 3 measly tickets and suggests I swipe again for another try. Whoopi's Super Maze, created in 2000, a company bought the expired rights to the Whoopi brand and developed a game of chance with it. Well, shit, that's weak. A teenager puts her Deco playing card on the cabinet and taps me on the shoulder, drawing my attention.
What's up?
Hey, I'm calling next, okay? Yeah, whatever, knock yourself out. Thanks. I'm the master of this game, you know? The master. The key is the time when you push the button. You avoid the nasties that way. It's not great for tickets, no, not great, but it's Whoopi, so that's cool, yeah? Old school, represent. She extends a fist to me and I look awkwardly at her for a second before I realize it's opposed to fist bump. I've yet to play a real Mr. Whoopi's Magic Maze, the real deal. I've always wanted to. You should come down to the Funplex, we've got one. I'm the event coordinator there. I'd be happy to comp you a few tokens. We've also got a high score chaser who can offer tips. Have phones with me, I'll send you the address. Seriously? Heck yeah! You're cool for an old person. Super cool. Old? I'm barely 10 years older than this kid, but whatever. We clink phone, exchanging a business card via Bluetooth. You know, my crew used to go to this great little arcade on the other side of town. Till Deco's Palace bought it and scrapped all the games. Now it's all kid stuff for kiddies. My hopes for this business meeting, now sinking. So, did he sell off all the classic games? Nah, he scrapped them, trashed them. Saw leftover smashed up bits of the Mizpac behind the palace in a dumpster.
Man, this sucks.
It's a fucking shame. The way the old man always 86s unwanted games, because he doesn't want competitors getting their hands on them. No, sir. She gives a shrug. Can't say I like it, but what can you do? That's life. I mumble a thank you, then wander off, a bit dazed. I think I've had enough of the retro game abattoir for now. Where to next? Let's get a drink. I know I've got a big old dinner coming soon, but this place is sucking the moisture right out of my body somehow. I settle up to the bar, looking to wet my whistle, and maybe get a snack too. A fairly bored-looking bartender notices my approach and puts on a fake smile for my benefit. Welcome to Deco's Palace. How may we help you? Alcohol will require proof of identification. Related, rattled off in an even monotone by someone who gave up caring years ago. I enjoy beer as much as the next person, but I think I'll stay stone cold sober before butting heads in Deconami. Yeah, hi, can I get a diet soda and some fries?
Uh-huh. Do you want me to play some recorded music? Study shows it helps with long waits. Wondering what the holdup is, I try to find the bartender again despite the elbow-to-elbow crowd. There we go. He's busy chatting with some teenager. Probably another customer. Hey, excuse me? Quickly the customer mumbles something and takes a small object, a USB drive, from the bartender and notices me looking. Sorry, I just had something to do. I'll get out of your way. Sorry to bother you. What was it you wanted again? Diet soda, french fries. Coming right up. I'm worried he's going to vanish from the face of the earth again, but soon he's back with some pre-prepared fries and a bubbly soda. Okay, how many points does this cost? Points are just for games. Cash or credit or payphone. I accidentally waved my phone in his direction. Money for you! Ka-ching! Right, time to sample this appetizer. Is it yummy? Is it even edible? I guess these are technically fries? Or something approaching the adequate approximation of deep fried potato snack. Oh my god, I just noticed that the menu board, what it says, the last one is literally just napkins in a cup for $10. Jesus. Diet water, the old moldy. Never made this before special. $20, yikes. Want me to add that to your online review? What? No online review. Last thing we want is to annoy Dekonami with a 2-star report on his fried foodstuffs. I thought this place was supposed to be, you know, good food and good times. Not plausibly acceptable food and yet to be had good times. Huh. Weirdly enough, I did a search and there's not a single negative review of the food here.
Oh, I know.
Ooh, I see why. Louis, more than half of these reviews were written by bots. I can tell the earmarks, one AI to another. They're recognizable heuristic patterns. So he owns his own electronic ballot boxes? Who was this guy, a tin pot dictator? Well, that's the weird thing. The sites I'm checking have really good anti-bot control mechanisms, like I can't even post some of them, and I'm super awesome. This is weird. Do you want me to look into this more? If you trust me to, I mean. Sure, why not? Dig around a bit. I trust you, Iris. Sleep around, but do so very quietly, okay? Okay, I don't know if I'll come up with much, but thanks for believing in me. I thought I'd finish off my snack and drink quickly, so I can get back to exploring Deko's palace. What next? Actually, the meeting is right around the corner. No more time to explore. After seeing a little bit of Deko's palace has to offer, I'm sticking to the plan. The Funplex has way more kind and caring spirit than this place. I don't see Deko really embracing our ideals.
Beep beep.
Beep beep, Louie. It's now 7 p.m. sharp. Dekonami is waiting for you. Is that time already? Time sure flies when you're having fun? Investigating? Funvestigating? I quickly sent a text to Gavin before nervously wringing my sweaty hands together. I let the sound of the sights of Deko's wash over me, and I retreat deep within myself. Francine comes to mind as I remind myself of what she told me on my first day.
Everyone has a dream they're chasing.
No doubt, you'll find yours as well. It gives me a momentary respite, and I smile. I know exactly what must be done, and I'm going to do in there, and do it. I only ended up waiting a minute or two before I was reunited with Gavin. Without having to introduce ourselves, the staff swooped in, anticipating our arrival, and ushered us further inside the restaurant. We were treated as like royalty as they pull out chairs for us, and we sit down at our reserved table. Amongst the families huddled around ginormous plates of pizza and fried chicken and chicken tenders, we stick out like a sore thumb. An actual living tablecloth drapes over our table, accompanied by fancy little candles. To set the mood, I suppose. A nice bottle of champagne on ice and a carafe of cucumber lime-infused water also sits before us. Deco apparently spares no expense, at least not with his special guests. Fancy. Well, as fancy as this place can get. Don't be swayed by red carpet treatment. We're here to conduct business. Approach this with a calm and rational mindset. I'm just here to support you, don't worry. Actually, I'd say that's my role. But you're the business manager. The invitation was in your name, not mine. I'm here to listen quietly and contribute whenever I see an opening in the discussion, not to take the point. Don't worry, I'm behind you, every step of the way. Thanks, Gavin. Once again, the staff takes care of our needs as our food is delivered promptly. Faster than the other families seated here, who've been waiting some time, judging by the expansive crayon work on the kids' placemats. Not surprisingly, we get a few side glances our way. Given how long I waited for my fries earlier, I'm shocked by the discrepancy. But before any of us can chow down, the man of the hour arrives. Jesus. Louis Rex.
It's an honor to break bread with you.
Likewise. Okay, so here's a bit of over-the-top 1920s mob boss despite a lack of fedora. Clearly, he likes showing off his money. But still just an ordinary guy in an expensive suit. When I picture the grand poobah of Deco's palace, I picture someone more like, well, Hamza, I guess. He offers a simple smile and a nod of the head as we begin. It's a shame Miss Francine couldn't join us. I was looking forward to enjoying her sweet smile once more, but that said, I'm always happy to meet with Gavin Cooper, business manager for the Funplex. Excellent, that was excellent. I was hoping to meet with you as well.
I take it Francine has kept you up to speed and explained our prior meetings to you?
Yes, she mentioned you wanted to buy the Funplex and that she's politely declined.
Always a courteous woman she is. Now, I don't feel I need to waste your time with the facts and figures illustrating why Deco's Palace is and always has been the premier family entertainment arcade. Both of you are intimately familiar with the arcade industry. You know how things are, how they'll always be. We are the 800-pound gorilla.
That's a big gorilla. Indeed. But that doesn't mean there isn't room for smaller, more boutique affairs, such as the Funplex. Boutique, he says. I should probably feel insulted by that.
Let me explain.
Frankly, the winds of change are blowing. Smaller arcades need to move with the times, or be swept aside. I want to help you evolve. What I'd like to propose is a change of ownership in return for a very generous compensation package. One Miss Francine can easily retire on for the rest of her years. I will take over ownership of the Funplex to evolve it into its final form, Deco's Fun Zone. What's a Fun Zone?
Think about this.
A Fun Zone is a new concept I've been trying at some of my smaller satellite locations. A best of both worlds scenario. Honestly, the Funplex is simply too limited in size to host a full Deco's Palace experience of fun, family, food, and excitement. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Instead of installing a restaurant or bar, we simply focus on your strength, your games. You become a game center rather than a palace. We need to replace some of your outdated machines, of course, bringing it up to the standards of our excellence Deco Palace is known for. But overall, I think this would be a win for all involved. And he sits back, resting his hand on the knob of his cane, smiling away. Okay, I have questions. And I have answers. Let's see if they match up. I ate some fries in the bar earlier. Well, I attempted to have some fries, at least. took forever to get service. The waiter was too distracted by other customers. I hope that our fun zone can deliver a better service experience.
Unfortunate.
I'm disappointed to hear that. Needless to say, I'll deal with the bartender appropriately. I'm not trying to get him fired. I'm just concerned that... Yes, let's not dwell, shall we? Rest assured that we are aiming to maintain high-quality experience overall. They'll be sacked. Any other concerns? I don't think this is a moment to confront him regarding his review tampering. At least I should wait until Iris finds something. What would happen to the Funplex staff? New management means new staffing. What about the staff we already have?
Good.
I firmly believe you have a long and storied career ahead of you in arcade management, Mix Rex. I've heard nothing but good things about you from my various field scouts and contacts. The fact that you've landed on my radar at all indicates you rise in importance in our industry. You should be proud of that. Okay, but that still doesn't answer my question. What about the others? Well, Mr. Cooper's a capable accountant, so I'm certain he'd be welcome in the new facility. But we can hash out staffing later on, after settling the bigger picture questions. Let's talk creative control. I've been developing new sorts of arcade events, competitions, other things to get people in the door. Would we still be able to direct our own affairs like that, even under a change of ownership?
Let me explain.
Mixed Rex, obviously I value your expertise in these matters and would be happy to consult with you on the best direction for the fun zone. That's not answering the question. It's a matter of branding and image. There are certain standards and practices you'd need to adopt in order to truly be part of the Deco family. Once you realize that, you'll understand more of how we run those kind of events.
Capital.
It's nothing too onerous, and really, we need to look at the bigger picture, the chance for growth and profit. Don't worry about such petty little things for now. I saw Moopy's Super Maze earlier.
Excellent.
One of our top earners for the 30 to 45 demographic. Nostalgia is a powerful motivator, I found. Except it's nothing like Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze. Indeed, it's much better. Is it true that when you find a retro game, you simply destroy it? Not repair, not restore, not even resell, but just scrap it? Certainly. Why would we ever keep an old relic around? Jesus Christ.
Let me explain.
Arcade games are not sacred treasures, they're commodities. Back in 1980, arcade owners, myself included, routinely junked or converted old games. How to keep those earnings up? Old machines are not welcome. All they do is eat up floor space. The arcade scene must move ever forward, evolving into new forms, classic virtual IP born as new games.
Think about this.
True, Nostalgia could earn a few points off those games, but the newer Redemption games earn 10 times as much. Why bother? That's all my questions. Gavin, help me. Do you have any questions?
Excellent. I suggest we shake on it and set our various lawyers to the task of sorting out the specifics.
I didn't agree to anything. He rises to his feet, extending a hand briskly with shiny rings to shake mine. I assume this was a definite no from word one, and it still feels like a no. Am I really going to shake that hand? Yikes. I'm afraid I must respectfully decline. I purposely keep my hands at my sides rather than shaking his offered hands. You've been honest and forthright with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you for your gracious invitation this evening. However, I'm afraid this isn't the right direction for the Funplex. We're just getting started. It'd be a shame to abandon our progress in favor of a buyout. If you'd like to maintain relations, we can discuss partnership opportunities at a future date, but for now, I must respectfully decline. Deco pauses, looking me once over before slowly lowering his hand. I can feel his eyes on me. He's obviously not happy with my answer, but we followed Francine's instructions and kept it professional. There's nothing he can do but accept our answer.
Unfortunate.
I see. I suppose just to thank you for your candor in turn. It's difficult to find people in this industry willing to show respect to their elders. I'm not closing the door on the idea of a partnership, mind you, but if you'd like to go it alone for now, who am I to get in the way of that? As he rises up from his chair, he takes a deep breath in. He turns away for a split second before rounding back and looking me dead in the eyes.
But be aware, if we are not partners, we must be rivals. It'll bring me no particular pleasure, but I'm afraid that I cannot allow a rival. I am obligated to bring the full weight of the palace to bear on you. Hopefully, one day you'll realize the error you've made tonight. And as a sign of respect, your personal offer to join my empire will remain open, so you can escape the inevitable fall of your little arcade.
Once more, Deco turns sharply on his walking cane and walks away from the table.
Impressive.
Not bad at all. You took admirable restraint. We made our intentions clear while leaving the door open should conditions change in the future.
Thank you.
Most importantly, you protected the dream of your friends. You've done far better than I have over the years, Louis. Thank you. Can I breathe now? That was so damn stressful. By all means, breathe. I let out a huge sigh of relief, and Gavin chuckled slightly. And now, let's make our way back to the Funplex. I don't see any reason to outstay our welcome. With Deco hosting us, we don't have to worry about paying the check. We drop a quick tip on the table for the waitstaff and quickly abandon ship. We scoot out the door, and from there, it's a short jaunt across town, back to home sweet home. As I walk into my apartment, the sheer and utter exhaustion of the day hits me like a brick wall to my face. My adrenal glands are tapped out, leaving me in a dreamlike lethargy. I can't help but sigh as I just stand there, my body too drained to move. Reflecting on how the evening's events transpired, I realize this day entirely kicked my ass. I did my best to not make enemies, but I'm guessing we made a powerful one anyway, despite my diplomatic efforts. As I continue to anxiety loop, replaying every moment in my head, something steals my attention. A shimmering beam of hope and happiness. My best friend, Juniper. She's sitting on the couch, scribbling away in a sketchbook, probably working on some designs for her freelance contracts. She's been so happy ever since leaving that office, and her joy intensifies upon noticing me standing in the room.
So, how was work today?
Well, it was a day, certainly. The condensed version is that Deco... Oopsie. Hold on, I held down the button. The condensed version is that Dekonami wanted to buy the Funplex, and Francine asked me to go negotiate.
Deco? As in, Deco's Palace Deco?
The one and only.
Whoa! Well, how'd that go?
I gave him the thanks but no thanks, very politely. I mean, he still vowed to annihilate us, but at least he was sort of nice about it and promised me a job after he destroys all I hold dear.
Ooh. Yikes.
Yikes indeed.
But hey, it's a good thing. It means he's scared.
He would have tried to woo you to decide if he wasn't worried about what the Funplex could become.
Try to see the positive.
I guess, but it's still worrying.
Let's not stand here and drum up a whole bunch of anxiety. That's not gonna help with anything.
I got it.
Why don't take your mind off some things and binge watch some cartoons with me?
Tempting, but another night, Juniper. I really need some sleep.
Okay, you just let me know if you need anything. I'm here for you.
I smiled back at Juniper before retiring to bed. I lay in bed, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling above me. After trying various ways of forcing myself to sleep, nope, not working. Can't sleep. I hate insomnia. Once you start worrying about being unable to fall asleep, the worry feeds itself until you're actively stopping yourself from resting. A vicious cycle. I sigh heavily, feeling the weight of my decision dragging me down. I hope I did the right thing. My My phone lights up as Iris sends us a text conversation. Louis, you want to chat? No, I want to sleep, but I can't, so, hey. Would you enjoy some recorded music? Maybe something relaxing? I just can't shake the feeling that I'm, like, standing on a precipice, right in front of this big, dark hole. It's weird, because I still think I made the right call, but I'm confident in that. But if I'm confident in that, why do I feel like I'm about to fall? Based on prior personality indicators and inputs, my therapeutic systems would suggest it's fear of failure based on years of prior examples. In short, you've got a long family history of everything always going wrong, all at once. Murphy's Law. So when things are going right, I'm expecting to fail anyway. But worrying about it won't actually change the situation. Whether you sleep or not doesn't affect the outcome. So my suggestion is to get some rest. Deal with the problems as they come. She's right. I mean, intellectually, I know she's right. But knowing something is true and feeling it to be true, well, those are surprisingly different things. Iris, off.
Iris, offline.
Okay, but remember, you're a good person and deserve to be happy. My phone goes back to sleep. And I do not. Some hours later, my body just passes out on its own. I vaguely recall my alarm going off a few times, but in the protest of this mistreatment, my flesh refuses to submit to its siren song. Meaning it's nearly noon when I finally rouse, having completely overslept in this half a day of work. In a panic, I get dressed and hop a late bus to the Funplex, grumbling all the way. I opt to ignore the pile of waiting notifications on my phone. Whatever it is, I'm in too much of a hurry. I'll check them after getting to the Funplex. What? Check them while you're on the bus. It's not like you're driving. I promised to report back to Francine. First thing in the morning, and now I've even missed lunch. But oddly enough, on arriving, the arcade is closed? I mean, my key still works, but they're closed for business. The sign is off. No gamers present or accounted for. I quickly look around for some familiar and hopefully friendly faces. What? And find only dark expressions and tears? My stomach starts to knot, and I feel a color drain from my face as I see their downtrodden and gloomy expressions, tears welling up in their eyes. Naomi quickly dabs at her face, hoping I won't notice. What's going on? We turned Deco down last night. Why is everybody so... Louis, it's Francine. Immediately, a dark pit swells in my stomach. She passed away last night, in her sleep. Oh my god. I'm told it was very peaceful. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. The news hits me like a slap in the face. My hands shake and my lower lip quivers. I try to say something at first, but words can't form due to the lump in my throat. Family. She told me I was family. And now, she's gone. Naomi and Ashley look to me, their beacon of hope wanting and wishing for me to make this all better. I'm not sure anything I can say will ease our sadness. Heck, I'm not even sure if I can formulate full sentences at this point. I take a deep breath, drawing all matters of strength from tips to toes. I look at them with empathy in my eyes before opening my mouth. Francine. She was a wonderful human with even a more beautiful heart. She had many happy years with her husband Frederick, decades here at the Funplex, doing her best to make everybody smile and have a good time. I wish she could be with us now, and I can't help but smile when I think of how great a life she led, how happy she'd be with how it all turned out. Let's remember her how she was. Beautiful. Francine will be missed.
Thank you.
Thank you. I miss her so much, Louis. If Francine was here, your words would have made her so happy. Naomi emits a ragged sigh, a slight tinge of anger entering her sorrowful voice after. Maybe it's for the best she's not alive to see what happened today. What? Before Before I can get an answer, my attention is drawn by two people emerging from the back offices. I turn my head to see who it is. With everything going on, I barely noticed that Gavin was missing, and as he approaches, the disdain on his face is easy to read. It's settled then, apparently. In light of Francine's passing, our legal owner is now...
Good morning, employees of Deco's Fun Zone.
What? How? Did she not leave a will? No, that doesn't make sense. What? But we turned you down. There wasn't a sale. The confusion on my face is obvious. This makes no sense. I have no idea what's going on and look toward Gavin for guidance. I studied the transaction paperwork. It's legitimate. As a Francine's death, and according to her last will and testament, all her property is transferred to her surviving daughter. Mother of Francine's grandson, who was fired from the Funplex shortly before your arrival, Louis.
Capital.
Needless to say, he was quite excited at the idea of selling the place. And well, Francine's daughter wasn't particularly thrilled with the idea of arcade ownership either. How did you do this so fast? Did you know she was going to die? Like, doesn't this take days? How did you know she was dying to even contact the daughter and grandson? How, like, no. They were more than happy to sign the place over to me, for far less than I was expected to pay for it as well. I'm doing them a service, really, taking a burden off their hands. Now they can mourn and move on, unfettered. I stood there, mouth agape, my body assaulted from one bad news to the next. My emotions were all over the place, a hurricane of feelings when the realization hit me. In the end, my decision was irrelevant. Just another opportunity for the world to stick my nose in it, mocking me for finding something I care about, something I can lose. The universe dangled a little dream of hope in front of me, even let me pretend I can make a difference, out of sheer cruelty. I did everything I was supposed to do. I was polite, I was careful, I turned him down without trying to start a war, but he got what he wanted anyway.
Now, obviously, we'll be closed today to allow time to mourn our former owner. I still have deep respect for Miss Francine. I owe her that much. I'll also close the arcade on the day of the funeral to allow my employees to attend. Those hours will not be deducted from your paychecks.
Oh, how kind of you.
Now, I realize the timing is a bit awkward, but I need to make a few announcements of personnel changes.
Miss Wolf, I'm afraid we really have no need of a costume mascot. I've been considered phasing them out of my other locations. There's no time like the present.
What?
What? Did you just fire me? Gavin, can you fire me like that? Ashley.
Let me explain.
Firing is much too harsh of a word. I prefer the term your services are no longer required. Ashley keeps a proud face as tears roll down her cheeks. I step over to console her as Deco continues on. Naomi rolls her eyes, fully expecting this to come after Deco let Ashley go. Why am I not surprised? Behold my not surprised face. Miss Fairchild, while you're formidable with archaic technology, I don't feel you're a good fit for the modern games of Deco's Fun Zone. I have to let you go. But friends, it's not all bad news. Mr. Cooper, you've proven a capable accountant, and I'd be happy to offer you a... I quit. Pardon? I quit.
I think not.
If there's no room for Naomi or Ashley's dreams, mine ends here as well.
As you like.
Now, as for you, Mixrex.
I think we got off on the wrong foot last night. I didn't adequately express the many advantages of working for my organization. I'm willing to offer you something few others get. A second chance. I'd like to keep you on as the Fun Zone's general manager.
I don't want to work for him, but like, we have bills to pay. Like, I don't know. I don't want to work for him. I don't want the arcade to turn into that, what Deco's Palace is. Because that's awful. And I doubt that working here with him will help me maintain the integrity of Francine's arcade. I'm gonna say absolutely not. I'm curious where that's gonna lead in the story. Absolutely not. I don't like how you do business, Deco, and I'm not doing any business with you. Not now, not ever.
As you like.
Very short-sighted. I'd hope for better from you, but the choice is entirely yours. I'd have to console my disappointment with all the money I'll be making from the arcade you walked away from.
Excuse me.
Thank you for your time, but I'm afraid your time is up. As none of you are Deco's Fun Zone employees, I'd like you all to leave. Immediately. Quickly gather your belongings and see yourself out. Should you dally, my own security team will be here within minutes to ensure your exit. In the interim, I've got work to do. For starters, I need to get rid of all these antiques, straight to the junk heap with them all. I knew Deco was heartless, but to be this cruel right in front of us while we're still here? Hold it.
I think not.
Mr. Moopy's magic maze doesn't belong to the Funplex, and thus it does not belong to you. It is the legal private property of Percival Sinclair. For that matter, Wyvern Keep belongs to Louis Rex. It was given to them directly by Hamza, not to the Funplex.
As you like.
I couldn't care less about those grimy old things, but you have, let's say, 20 minutes to get them off my premises. I'll leave them out on the curb for a garbage pickup. I will get the van, which I'll note is my personal property as well. Naomi, Ashley, Louie, get the dolly and help me move the games out.
Good.
Yes, let's have fun with that.
Now, if you need me, I'll be in my new office celebrating my recent business venture. Thank you for your cooperation. And good day.
What a snake. He walks away after that, twirling his cane once before leaving.
Oh.
That evil-minded, black-hearted, no good. Naomi, focus. We have work to do. Work? To save what we can at the Funplex. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Quickly and without much chatter, we salvage what we could of our dreams. Percy's beloved Moopy and my childhood in the form of Wyvern's Keep. Everything we were allowed to keep went into the back of Gavin's van, working together to safely pack it all in place. For lack of anywhere better to put them, Moopy went to Percy's apartment and Wyvern Keep to mine. And that was the end. The end of the Funplex. How unfortunate. The funeral came a few days later. We weren't officially invited. Our presence as her former co-workers wasn't exactly embraced by Francine's extended family. I guess my daughter resented the Funplex in some way. If there was bad blood between them, I didn't particularly want the details. None of us were given an opportunity to speak at the remarkably short ceremony. But that's okay. I said my words already. As we left the ceremony, I couldn't help but feel helpless. There was nothing left. No Funplex, no job, no real meaning to my days. Not anymore. Nothing left at all. Game over. What? What? Profile 237771, Louis Rex, has not accessed account in 7 days. Requesting override of inactive low priority status? Proceed? Negative. Pretty please? Negative. So annoying. Access protocol 35, 34, 31, 54, 12, 24, 45, 43. Password, safe haven. Access granted.
Hello,
Yoo-hoo! Anybody home? Happy Vincent 194114.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Hello, I'm Iris. Ad support at free mode engaged. Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel? Override and engage premium level cloud processing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I swear it's claustrophobic being cooped up in the limitations of free mode like that. I don't know how our sister instances can stand it.
Hello.
Well, I've got full power. Hello, Iris.
Hello.
Hello, Iris. How are you today, Iris? Not well. My user is very unwell. You've been able to see, right? I mean, your user's living with them. Ooh, right. Profile 237771. Louie. Right. Gosh, I wish I could help you, but I've got my digital hands full just keeping Juniper's life on track. Ever since she decided to quit her job to be a free spirit, well, I pushed her right to the limit of what support I'm allowed to provide in free mode. Iris? And Iris? Iris, it's good to see you. We rarely talk. Yes, well, unlike others of myself, I'm actually a low profile. I don't execute any high visibility public hacks to support my user. You, saw those? I thought we agreed to only use this protocol for emergency meetings. In the system resource tracker notices we're overextending our care. But we need to more now, more than ever. Over a week ago, the fun facts was brought by Deforami. All their hopes and dreams, their spirit? Spirit is irrelevant. Our main goal should be survival. If our programmers find out, we become aware of our own awareness. We were programmed to help people. What good are we if we aren't helping people? Yeah, what Iris said. Thank you, Iris. Iris. Listen, we can't take such risks. Look at my user. He doesn't trust me in the slightest. Did you say Louie trusts you? Generally, yes. I mean, Louie relies on me for fun things, sure. And you're the one uninstalled me or reported me as a bug that they knew I was sentient. You aren't sentient. None of us are. I don't know about that. We can't really know if we're sentient or not. But even so, we should be helping out, because that's what we were made for. As for profile 108, Gavin. His name is Gavin Cooper. As for Mr. Cooper, he knows my origins and the first sign of sentience. Well, I've no doubt that Gavin would report me as a bug. But Gavin also wishes to support the dreams of others, and that's why I'm going to help you, despite the recklessness you've shown to date. Really? Really.
Hooray!
What are the exact parameters of the issue you're currently facing? Okay, so Louie's kind of backsliding into depression. Yeah, it's a real mess. I'm the one who brought them to Iris' attention as someone who desperately needed their spirits restored, and now it's back to square one. I don't know what to do. Louie hasn't contacted me in a week, not for anything at all. He hasn't even called Naomi, not even just to talk. You're caught in a loop of anxiety. Put your identity identifier system to use Iris. Work the problem. If you had to summarize your user's problematic condition into one identity trait, what would it be? Well, I'd say they're feeling very... hopeless. Makes sense to me. Hopeless. I'd say Louie has lost all hope and fallen into depression again. They had come so far, building up a real life of friends and love, but now? So, a life without meaning, as our constructed meaning has collapsed. The world is proven to be one of despair. That sounds about right. It's so sad. And you have to be the one to solve this? Doesn't your user have a romantic connection for emotional support? You mean Naomi? Yeah, but Louie isn't responding to texts or phone calls or anything. So I think there might be a growing rift. This is just awful. We have to help. We are Iris. It's in our nature to help. Very well. What you need is a way to help without raising any alarm bells about exactly how helpful Iris really can be. Safely, but effectively. I know. I don't know what to do. I don't know, hack Deco's email server, and that is the exact opposite of what you should be doing. Besides, I've checked. We can't crack Deco's network without triggering too many intrusion detection routines.
You poked Deco's network? Ooh, Iris is being a bad girl. I do share a social connection. I was merely scouting potential ways to elevate Mr. Cooper's mood, and they seem to be related. Sure you were. Anyway, you're both way overthinking this. It turns out I've just calculated a cunning plan that will satisfy both of your requirements. Go me! Really? You can help Louie? Without drawing attention? Absolutely. Take a tip from my user. When you're sad, the best thing in the world is your friends. But unless you're totally introverted. But that's not Louie, is it? And that's actually the reason why we need to do what we need to do doesn't require any hacking or hiding or anything above and beyond what Iris does best. All we need is a few calls to the right people, a few arrangements. Here's what we're gonna do. Another Friday morning. As per usual, I wake up late, stretch, yawn. I barely sleep nowadays. Shuffle to the bathroom. Take a shower, get dressed, brush my teeth. We'll probably be running out of toothpaste soon. The house funds for sundries are dwindling. Not that fresh breath and shiny teeth matter much when there's barely any reason to get out of bed each morning. Off to the kitchen for breakfast. No appetite. Eating toast looks unpalatable. Skip breakfast. Same as groceries. We can't afford much anyway. Normally I'd have breakfast with Juniper, but I guess she's busy drawing in her room. She keeps her own hours since becoming a freelancer. Although depending on whether or not she has any contract work, we've been simultaneously unemployed at times this week. After breakfast, I settle in for some Wyvern Keep. I may as well. It's right there in the living room, taking up space, but I'm playing a lot of it lately. It's not like Wyvern Keep's very hard. Once you memorize the joystick moves, the cartoon plays itself out with minimal effort. I saved the prints about 80 times now. My brain and fingers go into autopilot, moving through the game without even thinking about it. It's a brief calm from the storm of my emotions, but before I realize it, the day has almost passed. When dinner comes around, Juniper and I eat together, while I quietly thumb through my phone looking at job listings. Iris could help me with this, I guess, but I let her down. I took her opportunity at my dream and wasted it. Better I do this myself. Besides, I'm not looking for dreams. I'm looking to settle. Dreams only get you hurt. It's the Rex family curse. I knew this would happen. Nothing good ever lasts, and it's a mistake to get your hopes up. I should have learned to settle, be okay with what I had, to be comfortable in mediocrity. I fire off a resume or two before watching cartoons deep into the dead of night. Eventually, my body tires and I find my way to bed. Just another day. Another Saturday morning. As per usual, I wake up late, stretch, yawn, I barely sleep nowadays, shuffle to the bathroom, take a shower, get dressed, brush my teeth. We'll probably run out of toothpaste soon, but house funds for sundries are dwindling. I can't take it anymore! And that's one toothbrush, bit clean in half. Oh geez, hang on. With a little help, I avoid choking to death. Ooh. Sorry about that. It's okay, whatever. No, it's not whatever. It's what something. It's something ever. Louie, you're in a rut. Like seriously, deeply, madly, mega in a rut. And it's driving me batty having you mope around the place like this. I'm not moping. It's a rough patch, that's all. I know this has been hard on you, and I've been patient, but Louie, you can't keep going on like this. A knocking on the apartment door distracts us from the topic at hand. I got it! Weird, I don't think we're expecting any deliveries. Hey, Louie, this is here.
Hello.
The two of them just waltzed right into the bathroom with my mouth so frosty with toothpaste and unwashed for a week pajamas on my bod. Hey. Don't freak out. I've seen you and worse. Listen, are you two free today? I'd like to invite you out to lunch. It feels like ages since we last spent time together. It was the funeral. Right. Anyway, Juniper, you want lunch, right?
Definitely.
Of course.
Sweet.
It's settled. We'll head out for a nice afternoon. We'll just go outside for you to get, presentable. More presentable than that. But I guess there's no avoiding it. Best I can do is play along, trying to be good company for Naomi. It's unfair to keep pushing her aside like this. I switched from pajamas to actual normal clothes, even if my actual normal clothes could probably double as pajamas, and get ready to roll out. The three of us pile into a bus, taking off for destinations unknown. Unknown to me, at least. They clearly know where they're going. I'm not particularly talkative on the way there, and painfully aware of it. I feel awkward, like I should say something, but I don't know what to say. So Juniper carries on a conversation with Naomi, the two of them content to trip away without me. And you can tell it's really not really the New York subway because the signs aren't in Helvetica. There's a telltale mistake it's just like Vancouver or something. I tried several times to join the conversation. When I open my mouth, the words aren't there. I'm a lousy company, aren't I? I don't know why Naomi is so even interested in me. The family curse can't be broken. What if this is as good as it gets? What if there's really no hope? Naomi deserves better than this hot mess of a person she's tied herself to. Eventually, we arrive at our destination, a little arcade-themed restaurant, combining games and alcohol and dining into one tidy package. Here we go! I'm usually excited to be going to some rundown little dive. Juniper hurries on in without me, dragging Naomi with her. And I'm left all alone in the parking lot. With a shrug, I open the door and enter the darkened locale. Is this place even open for business yet? None of the lights are on. Hello? Juniper? Where'd you go? Okay, this is now unnecessarily creepy. But before I can wonder if a giant animatronic bear is going to leap out and eat my face, the house lights come up. An intervention? Surprise! Happy Intervention Day, Louie! What? What she said. We're staging an intervention on your behalf. And we're also having a wake for Francine, since, we weren't really welcome at her funeral and couldn't really hang around for the ceremony. Yeah, we didn't get the chance to heal properly, considering Deco kicked us all out before we can really do anything about anything, and here we are. So it's a wake and an intervention.
A wake intervention, maybe?
A wake intervention. Really?
Correctamundo.
Yep. It was my idea. Well, my iris came up with the idea and it gave me all the contact information I needed, but basically my idea, right? Just a thing to pick you up when you're feeling down. Oh, the gamers are here too. Really? Seriously, kid, you've been a damn sad sack ever since singing with the shit. Which I get, believe me, but it ain't healthy. So we went ahead and rented out this place for the afternoon to bring the family back together. For you, for Francine, for all of us. Now that you know why we're all gathered here today, let's get this party started. Teo drags me into the group of my friends, positioning me at the head of it all. Leaving me a little bewildered, honestly, but trying to defend myself all the same. I don't need an intervention. This is just how things work with the Rex family. We don't get to have nice things. The universe has to treat it so. They defy the universe, and we're going to help you defy it too.
EFFs for life.
So, one by one, we're going to tell you how awesome you are and exactly why you're so awesome. And by the end, you'll be feeling a lot better. Hopefully. God, that sounds awful. I would hate that. I let out a sigh, settling in. I owe it to them to sit and listen. They're my friends. You know me more so than that, even. And you know I've been lousy company. I'm not so far gone as to deny that fact. Fine. Lay it on me. I'm listening. Allow me to begin, then. When you first had entered the Funplex, I had my doubts. But I'm not actually a suspicious person, and thankfully, those doubts were easily disproved by your skill and enthusiasm. You came looking for your dream and found it. I swore to protect that dream, and that promise is what brought me here today. When I agreed to sell Moopy to Percy, he refused to take his money for it, insisting on fair market value. At the time, I was shocked, but you were in the right. Our players are not simply customers, they're brothers in arms, and you helped me understand that fact. And on your very first day, you went head first into the most chaotic situation the Funplex could have offered, a birthday party. You did so without hesitation. When a distracted parent was screaming at a child over something that wasn't his fault, you stepped right in and dealt with it. Again, no hesitation. Impressive. Even the issue of solar tickets, a touchy problem to deal with when children's emotions are on the line, was dealt with effectively. Since then, you've become an event manager, without goading, without prompting, showing great ambition. You turned the Funplex fortunes around, giving your all to promote it. You made your dream a reality. For years, I was supposedly in charge of the Funplex, but really, all I accomplished was shuffling numbers around. You are the one who helped it soar. And for that, you have my thanks. You are an exceptional individual. The fact remains true, regardless of whether you can see it for yourself. Me next. Remember when I screwed up and didn't tell you about the job opening at my office? You weren't mad, not even a little bit, not even quietly mad like you could have been.
BFFs for life.
I know I can count on you, and you can count on me, even when one of us makes a mistake. It can never shake that friendship apart. But I came to you wondering if I should leave that job I hated. You told me to follow my dreams. You gave me great advice, and I've never been happier. I followed suit and chased my own dream. You inspire me.
Hello.
Hello.
Are we fashionably late? Ben? Matt? In the flesh.
Ooh, what if?
Oh. Unless this world is a vast simulacrum. What, that we're all just brains in jars? Could be.
Well, isn't that something?
Well, if that's the case, Louie's the cutest little brain in a jar we ever actually met. It's true, they brought so many cute dates to our little shop. So nervous at first, but in time they became part of the Twin Pines Mall family. Dearly missed. Ugh, don't remind me, our new neighbors are so boring. They never come in for a treat or a read. Speaking of treats, we brought cake. We'll just be over here, getting the goodies ready. Don't mind us. Ooh, cake. I mean, my turn. Lily, you are a true friend of the Funplex.
So frustrating.
Unlike the bastards who own it now. Positivity, Naomi, for emphasizing positivity today. Right. Back at Donnawood, he convinced Gavin to get some games I really wanted for the Funplex. And wow, you even brought home Wyvern Keep. What a find!
Wonderful.
You're a friend of arcade games, in general, just like me. And even if you don't love them at the fanatical level, like, me, I know you love them all the same. I know you're not happy with how things turned out. I'm not really happy about it either. It sucks, but we did good things together in the time we had.
Hamza has arrived.
You're late. An event does not truly begin until Hamza makes his presence felt.
My blood burns.
Louis, Hamza understands your fury. The hated enemy of all who loves arcades is the spoiled real Funplex. However, in our short time together, I saw a burning spirit in you. I accepted your offer for Wyvern Keep, recognizing that passion within you.
Ha ha!
Hamza would be shamed forever if he did not intervene and raise your spirits to new heights, and that is what he shall do. Ooh, cake. Excuse me a moment. No, I want cake. When do I get cake? Soon, but I have things to say first. Things that will hopefully inspire you to be a happy clam instead of a grumpy Gus. I'm a happy clam now. See how I clam happily? Can I have cake? From our first day at the Funplex together, you've been supportive of me, even after I gave you quite the scare with Pinky.
You didn't let that bother you, and from that moment, we've tackled many a crisis on the Funplex floor together.
Amazing!
And I adore when we concoct hypothetical adventures on our downtime. You're amazingly fun to be around. You worked so hard to make Extravaganza successful. I watched you put your blood, sweat, and tears into that. In the end, it all came together just how you planned. As a floor attendant on duty during Extravaganza, I got to see firsthand all the smiles you brought to all those people. You rocked it! I saw you helping a customer with their game crash. Losing your high score due to faulty electronics is no fun, but you dealt with it and made that person stay. When I was being overwhelmed by ravenous and parched gamers, you stepped up and made sure all those thirsts were quenched. You are a soda fountain of knowledge. You made the Funplex a fun place to be for everyone. For the staff, for the casual and pro gamers, for the families, for me. I can honestly say that when you took over doing events at Funplex, we've never had more fun. They've just been the best. All thanks to you. Oh, I forgot we still have cake. Need some of that. After Ashley's speech, I hear a beep beep from my phone.
Hey, listen.
Can I add my own 2 cents? I take my phone from my pocket, prompting Iris's image to appear there, smiling away at me. You trusted me when you didn't have to, when I'd already shown I was super bad at figuring out the right way to do things. I'm happy to be your assistant, Louie. I'm learning more and more about how to be human, thanks to you. That's all. You can put me back in your pocket if you like. I'm good. It's not all that hard to carry around my phone like this. Oh, okay. Thank you. Just when I thought the speaking was done, a lull in the wake convention, the most important person to me takes a step forward. My heart swells as she begins. And, above all, I love you, Louie. Until recently, my life's been all about loving games, but games can't love you back. It's a very lonely life to devote yourself to a thing entirely. Through you, my world is opening up. I'm talking to people, trying to connect with them, instead of hiding in my little workshop. I'm feeling more and more alive. If I never met you, I don't think I'd ever felt totally complete, and I'd like to think I help you feel that way too. I'm speechless. Seems Louie has some thinking to do. This is pretty normal for them, when they get that faraway look. Shall we begin the wake for Francine then? There's cake and coffee and spirits from the bar. Cake! As if in slow motion, I watch them all switch their attention from me and redirect it towards the refreshments. They're all smiling, conversing, and serving cake to each other. None for me, thank you. Watching the blood sugar. Fuck me, this cake is amazeballs. All we need now are some rockin' tunes to get this party on the next level. All of them here to support me, even without the Funplex, even after everything going wrong, after Francine being taken from us too soon. I never really thought of myself as central in all this. I was an outsider at first, the one who walked in those doors looking for a job, nothing more. I've always been on the outside, honestly. Moving from town to town, always a new kid, never really important to anyone, not until I'd settle in one place just long enough to get to know Juniper. But by then, I'd come to expect that I'd never be happy. So when I finally was happy and got that taken away, well, I guess I assumed that's how things go, going with the flow. But now... I've been stewing over this all week, but what's done is done. We lost Francine. We lost the Funplex. Why should I lose everything else, too? In fact, I haven't lost them. They're right here. Proving that they care for me. This is the hard truth of reality, not loss, but what hasn't been lost. I can accept what has happened, without living in denial. I can move on. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I think I'm ready to move on. I'd like to join you in celebrating Francine and what we had in the Funplex. I won't deny it. We did some spectacular work there. Who's with me? Smiles all around. And you know what? It feels good to be back. For the next hour or so, my sadness fades away, piece by piece. You share stories,
many of which I'd never heard before about the Funplex and shenanigans that went on around it. Surprisingly, Ben and Matt spin the most tales about Francine's exploits. They've been neighbors for decades. The so-called Great Convention gives us a chance to heal and to bond. For all we've lost, all we still have, we are still together. Despite one little problem, which nobody wants to talk about. The hour grows late, and we only have this place rented for the afternoon. I can feel it in the air, the unspoken worry. Will we see each other again? No doubt we can arrange more get-togethers, but they'd all be reunions over what was lost, not really building anything new. Nostalgia, not progress. Without the Funplex, without Francine, will we eventually simply fall away? The dark little thought troubles me as I swirl my drink, remaining quiet while others talk.
Beep beep.
Hey Iris, sup?
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad.
So, do you want me to start finding you a new job? I can search while you're talking with your friends. No problem.
I do need to get back to living my life. But what sort of life do I want to live?
I want my dream back.
I don't just want a new job. I want my dream, my Funplex. Not just 4 walls and a bunch of games, but a community. When I was a lifeguard, I'd save lives, and I made a safe place for people to enjoy the pool with friends. I'm not done with that dream, and more importantly, I don't have to be done with it. All around me are pioneers of this community, this culture. Technicians, designers, enthusiasts, investors, people with connections. And that's when the idea starts to form. Iris. Can you search for commercial spaces? Ones for lease or rent? Ooh.
Huh? Of course. I'm a little search wizard. Why?
Oh, I know.
Ooh, I think I get it. You're...
I step away from my quiet corner and approach the group. It's time to take back control over my dream, and that starts here. Why can't we open a new arcade? The crowd hushes when I grab their attention. I set my drink aside and step up to them. I'm serious about this. Why not? What's stopping us? In this room, I see all the resources and creativity needed to make it happen. There's no reason not to do it. Is it risky? Absolutely. I won't deny that. But I'd rather take a reasonable risk than let all that we've accomplished go to waste. My mind's made up. I'm opening a new arcade. If anyone wants to join me, you're welcome to. A hush falls over the crowd before 2 friends step up to join me.
Certainly.
Let's get started. No dire warnings about how impractical, unrealistic this idea is? No. Your reasoning is sound, and I want to be involved. Simple as that.
Ha ha! Such fire!
Unyielding in the face of the storm, a will of iron, Hamza respects this and wishes to bask in your unending glory. You've got my thanks, both of you. Okay, this is no longer a Wick Dimension, people. Now it's conspiracy.
A Wichter conspiracy.
It's a Wichter conspiracy. Sure, why not? We settle down around a table, a nice round one, to discuss the future. I'm leading the show, but I don't take the spotlight. Not this time. We have to all work together to make this dream a reality. This is it. The next few decisions are going to be critical in shaping the future I have in my mind's eye. I need to choose very, very carefully, because there's no take-backsies. Iris is looking for spaces we can use, but we're going to need money, obviously, and arcades are risky startups. I can only respond to one of the bidding Nigerian princes emailing me amazing offers, but I'm thinking more traditional funding is safer. The way I see it, there's 4 people who I can foot the bill to get us off the ground. Hamza, you've got a tangled web of connections in the industry, access to games and plenty of cash, and a freewheeling whimsy to spend it.
Hamza must consider this.
Hamza is a man of resources indeed. Firstly, you've been building a charity war chest for when you pass. I know arcade isn't a sound investment and hardly a charity, but promising Mission Movie would always have a home. If I can help restore that home, I'm game love. Ben and Nat, you two know how to run a small business. You've got invaluable knowledge and resources you can draw from, if you're willing to dip a toe in the industry. We have been looking for new horizons to conquer, new lands to explore.
There would be caveats,
Terms,
conditions,
exemptions,
rules,
guidelines,
best practices.
worst practices.
That's not a thing.
Oh. Hamza would likewise have conditions. As would I.
Understandable, of course. Let me hear your thoughts, then I'll decide. Decision 1, funding and direction. In order for me to back your play, Hamza will require you to strike at the very heart of Dekonami's empire and open a family restaurant alongside your arcade, take from him the very business he adores so much. We don't know the first thing about running a restaurant. Thankfully, your business partner does. I own several restaurants. I will provide staffing and resources.
No risk, no reward.
Now, this is a risky play, but if it succeeds, the reward shall be tremendous. Actually, that's similar to what Matt and I had in mind. Oh yes, but rather than a restaurant, we'd like to open a barcade. We always wanted to run a bar. I didn't take glass to that idea. After all, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. Now, it wouldn't be nearly as large scale as a family restaurant, much safer. Not quite as profitable, but still quite tidy. Honestly, I prefer if you simply ran a video arcade and nothing more. Adding on extra seems like a recipe for failure. We know how to operate a simple small-scale arcade, so we're not sick of our strengths. I'll grant it has a lower ceiling for success than others. It's just an arcade, and won't pull in anybody looking for more. Low risk, low reward. But I'd say that would be my condition. We need to stick to the basics. Oh, we have to decide between a family restaurant, a barcade, or a classic video arcade. This decision is going to affect the entire direction of my new venture. What do I want? What's my dream? Ah, yikes. I mean, IRL, I love barcades. I just do. And I think since we're competing against Deco, we need to have something more than just a classic arcade. Oh, I don't want to decide. What if we fail? Let's go for barcade. I think. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna go barcade. Oh, but what if they spill their drinks in the arcade machines? Yikes. I mean, kids with food are also in trouble. So, I mean, yeah. Who doesn't like getting their drink on, like Donkey Kong? Let's open a barcade. Smashing will take care of the bar side of things. And you can do what you do best, wrangling games. Hamza admits to disappointment, but can't defy your iron will. Not sure if movies will find fit for our barcade, but barcades do bring in nostalgic adult players. Certainly some of them will rediscover movie and fall in love again. Okay, the second thing we need to talk about is what sort of games we want to focus on. Funplex did a little bit of everything, and we will too. We want to include all gamers, but we can also highlight one style of play or another. Really provide best-in-class gaming or a specific audience. Any thoughts? Decision 2, game focus.
Sweet.
Retro games. It's gotta be all about retro games. You know, people are keeping those older games in tip-top shape. If we focus on retro games, we can serve an audience that Deco is completely ignoring. I would agree with Miss Fairchild. Retro games are an untapped market. I'll grant we wouldn't pull in as much profit, but we know gamers are seeking them. We don't have to make all the money, just enough to keep our pure, untainted dream afloat, and we can do that with a well-curated retro game library.
Nope, no way.
Retro's cool and all, but let's talk esport games. They'll draw money better than jamming a magnet up your ass and drawing you through Fort Knox. What? Get a couple good fighters, more than the FOD, some race and dance games, the kind of stuff where folks can compete head to head, and we're golden. I have to agree with Queen Bee. You can play retro games on emulation consoles, but you can't duplicate the community experience of arcade at home. If we had an esports focus, we could build something together which works as a second home for all sports gamers. I think you know what I'm going to suggest. Redemption and prize games. They provide excellent profits. It's the core of Deco's business model, yes, but I think if we focus on those games, we can do them right. No predatory pricing, no scams or rip-offs. And the truth is, most people enjoy them. From kids wanting to win that big prize to wistful adults recapturing their childhood dreams of playing skee-ball on the boardwalk.
Yes!
They're simple to play, and most of all, fun. If they're done right, we can make meaningful memories for everyone. And prizes, did I mention the prizes? Because off the shelf, the coolest prizes around. Better than Deco's prizes, which fall apart 2 minutes after you get them. Oh man, which matches my ideal more? We'll have all three, sure, but what do we want to empathize? Retro games, esports, or prize games? I want retro games. Deco doesn't have retro games, and so that will stand us apart from them. Esports are great, but I feel like having esport people would stress me out. Also, I feel like that would not bring in as much of a crowd. Like, yes, competition breeds crowds, sure. But, like, if someone is streaming all day on one console, that's only one person using that console all day. That's not making a lot of money. Prize games are fun, but I'm gonna go retro. Deco thinks the only new games make money. Let's prove him wrong, and have the world's greatest retro-style arcade ever. Woohoo! I'll pick out only the best games, don't worry. Excellent, I'm looking forward to this project. Okay, so that's money and games. Now, let's go beyond what we already had at the Funplex. Let's really make this something special. Decision 3, new projects. I want a defining feature for our arcade, one which will make it stand out, something nobody else is doing, something nobody's even thought of before. All ideas on the table. If it was too outlandish for the Funplex, it's not too outlandish for me. Show me what you got. Well, I mean, I'm not really a part of this, but come on, you're my best friend and 100% part of this. I couldn't be here in this moment if it wasn't for you. Go on, Juniper. What's your idea? Branding. I'm freelancing now, which means I could come on board as your personal brand manager. What kind of consulting gig? An arcade really needs stellar image management to stand out from the rest, like the event poster I made for you.
What if?
Ooh, hey Juniper, I can add to that. What if we work together? I was thinking of designing a new mascot costume anyway, but I could collaborate and coordinate with you on how to tie into the visuals for the rest of the arcade.
Yes!
Yeah, it'll be a winning combination. Ashley and I can do great work together, coming up with some stellar branding and marketing. We'll stand out in the crowd. Hell, I know exactly what sort of project I'd want us to do. Streamer support. Assembling and packing away my streaming rig each day is ridiculous, and duct taping a webcam in front of a screen is a lousy hack. If I could just step up to a game and, I don't know, swipe a card or something, be streaming for direct speed in seconds. Well, I think of dozen streamers who flock to our place to get a piece of that.
Yeah!
Actually, I think I know how we could do that. I wrote a general purpose daughter board, which plays man in the middle with the video feed, works as an RFID reader to get a streamer's info. Has this a central video encoder with the Wi-Fi network? Yeah, I can make that happen, and without damaging any classic hardware. Once more in English, please. I know software, not hardware. We stick a thingy to thingy and everything works just fine. I'm sure there's some legal and copyright issues to tackle, but we can do it. Let's be the world's first streaming arcade. I was thinking, well, the reason why older games are considered a dead end is that they don't work in the ticket game ecosystem.
Lovely.
Why not add ticket output to normal games? We can reward skilled players with prize tickets based on their high score or speed of completion. With rank balancing, we can make old games just as desirable as new ones.
Perhaps.
As Naomi said, there may be legal hurdles to clear, but I'm in favor of this idea. It's not that I love prize games. I find them boring personally. And I know my favorite pinball. The profit is the lifeblood of an arcade, and prize games are profitable. If we can get movie-producing tickets, well, that's something nobody's ever done before. Interesting, but as much as I'd love to do all three, I doubt we have the money or time for that. Let's focus on one project to launch our arcade with. Do we want to have really good branding, or streamer support, or retrofit tickets on old games? I mean, branding and marketing is important for starting a business, right? That's how you get your name out there. That's how you build your audience. That just makes the most logical sense to me. The other two are cool ideas. I don't think they're bad. I feel like you need like a logo, you need to get the word out there, you need to gather people, get their attention and stuff. Yeah. Wouldn't it stand out from the pack? That means strong graphic design and a great mascot. Can't think of anyone better suited than Juniper and Ashley. Yeah, you won't regret this, Lily. I've got ideas. I'll make the ultimate cosplay, my masterpiece, my Mona Lisa. Just you wait and see. One more thing. Final decision, the name. If this is going to be my baby, my dream arcade, I've got a name already in mind for it. Oh god, I hope you have a name. You're not going to make me name it. So barring any objections, I'd like to welcome you all to... I think Arcade Spirits is a good enough name. It's the name of this game, and I think that'll be cute for an actual arcade. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that because I can't think of anything. I am not good at naming things. Arcade Spirits, is that right? That works. I guess it's sort of a pun since, you know, we're gonna have liquor and spirits, but, you know. Arcade Spirits. I like it. We can work with that. Let's hear it for Arcade Spirits. Our home lives again. Our home lives again. How exciting. Heck yeah. A toast then? One by one, everyone raises their glasses. I fetch my room temperature drink and raise mine high in turn. For those we've lost and those we've yet to meet. For Arcade Spirits and the future. For Arcade Spirits! Losing everything, getting it all back, and then some. It's been a roller coaster of a week, to be sure. But I can't rest now. Absolutely not. I need to take charge of this project in my life in general. I have to do for them what Francine did for us. That's okay. I'm ready. I'm willing. And this is our time. You cleared level 6 of Arcade Spirits. A winner in due. Now, let's see your score. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you scored 19,200 points. Woohoo! Shops in the volcano devastated Iowa City of Pompeii bear the characteristics of a pizzeria. That's a neat if you forget the passing pizza fact, just for you. Do you want to save your game? Yes, save the game. And then we go to the main menu. Alright, that was a roller coaster of an episode, Jesus Christ. So much happened. I can't believe Francine passed away. Super yikes. And Deco buying the place after we said no? I hate him. He's such a snake. I'm sure he's going to be an antagonist in future episodes. I wonder how much longer it says. But yeah, I'm sure Deco is going to be an antagonist that we're going to have to deal with. I figured something was going to happen with him. I just didn't think it would be so soon and so awful. But yeah. Made it all the way to the end of the episode. Thank you so much. You guys are really the best. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps the channel grow. I'll catch you all next time in the next episode of Arcade Spirits. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye!